this is Charles Dobbins, and I'd like to welcome my good friend Rennie Gabriel to the best multifamily podcast ever. Let's back up now. Rennie, you and I met at one of my when I was speaking one time out in Southern California, and when you're in this business, you just know who the real dudes are and who've lived the life and who've been gone through the thick of it and the thin of it. And I knew, you're the real deal, Rennie, and so why don't you let's talk about first off, tell me about the wealthonanyincome.com. What is that all about? What is that company? What's that business of yours?
That's all about my having a platform to educate people on how to become wealthy with the objective that they become philanthropic. 100% of the profits from that online division I donate to a charity because I don't need any more income, because the multifamily purchases that we've made provide all of the income I need, and my wife, we got plenty of money. And so, don't donate all that to charity.
Bravo. Well played. Good for you, man. You did it right. And but one thing we're going to talk about on this topic is there was a time in your life when it didn't look like it was going to be that. Was it?
Yeah. Not only did it not look like that. I mean, I looked at last year, we donated more money to charity than I used to earn in a whole year.
Oh my gosh, Mike, let me tell you, there were times when it was so bad. I looked at what I paid in taxes last year exceeded by 5 times what I made in my worst year. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's,
I couldn't, gosh, okay, I can top that. My worst year, the taxes we paid was 10 times what I earned.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, but yeah, it definitely was not always that way. There was a time in my life we were 3 months behind on my house payment. The bank was closed. I ran around collecting soda bottles and cans to use that refund money so I could buy groceries for the family.
Yeah.
You do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And that's what I did to feed the family. I remember driving for an hour to some small town so that I could walk door to door and sell signs, open close signs to businesses to get the money to walk in the bank the day before we'd be penalized on the mortgage to make the payment in cash.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, wow. You do whatever it takes.
It is. And now look at yourself. And so what did you do? You hit rock bottom, and you're out there struggling. You're trying to figure out what the next step is. You probably already had a good idea of what the next step is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So listen. We got people on this podcast at all different levels, all different stages. And let me tell you something. Right now, Rennie, you're talking directly to some of them who are in the exact same situation. So tell us how to get out of that situation.
Okay. Well, so I'm at least earning $5,000 a month. Okay. I'm setting aside $500 a month, and I'm buying some individual stocks based on the Dow Jones Industrials. I figured it's secure. And when the dot-com bubble burst, I didn't lose anything. I was at about even.
Okay.
And at that point, I'd saved up about $18,000 with my $500 a month. And my wife had a real estate partner who said, I want to buy this triplex. And I said, oh, that'd be great. I only have $18,000. My wife chipped in $18,000. And the realtor who found it chipped in $36,000 so we could make the down payment.
Okay.
So I had 25%.
And this is Southern California.
Southern California. Okay. It was a triplex. It was like $300-something thousand. We came up with the down payment that way. And it was probably around 2001. So it was a good time in the market.
Yeah.
And in the next 6 years, it grew. We were able to turn over the tenants. We did some remodeling.
Okay, so this wasn't a you didn't live in this house. This was a investment.
Yeah, strictly to a triplex to invest.
Okay.
So we got new tenants. We increased the rents. We did some remodeling, and the market was growing. So we sold it 6 years later for about a $520,000 profit.
Okay, well, bravo for you. Okay, now, okay, two things that I have to cite in here is it sounds as though you were able to successfully, systematically save $500 a month for 36 months, like 3 years.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's just systematic, and that's what you did. You had you just had the personal, wherewithal to say, I've got to set this money aside. That's number one. And then number two, you got lucky. You got lucky with the timing of the buy and the sell.
Correct.
So good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Now, the systematic approach that I took is because I was doing business coaching at the time. Every time I got a check from a client, didn't matter if it was $100 or $1,000. When I walked up to the ATM machine, got a $1,000 check, $100 went into the savings.
All right. So what was the next step in the process? You're talking to the people in my podcast audience that, Rennie, I'll tell you, there are a lot of people 50 years old that are like just wondering what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you are inspiring a lot of people right now. So what's the next step after that? After you sold that property?
Before the next step, let me tell you, it's never too late to get started. That's the bottom line. I don't care if someone is 50, 60, or 70. It's never too late.
Yeah.
And so the next step was, okay,